Hey everyone! So I'm back with another process video. I've been wanting to make a little TN junk journal style type of journal for my B6 Slim Traveler's Notebook that I made that I'm hoping to show you in a few. Maybe once I have this journal completed, I'll show you how I've set up that TN. But yeah, I've been wanting to make a B6 Slim little junk journal type thing, sort of like my Season of Kindness journal. I've been wanting to make another one, and I haven't yet, so I figured that since I'm thinking about starting it, might as well film the process. So this might be broken up into a couple of videos depending how long they are. I'm pretty sure they're going to be really long because my process videos are generally really long. Anyway, so the first part would be to actually make the insert. And so I have some papers here that I pulled out and some things. This is my template, so this is going to be the size of my insert. This should be roughly a B6 Slim. And then I just kind of pulled out some papers here. So for Get Messy, I had made a Seasons art journal, and this was the cover of it, and it was sort of a B6 size-ish. But yeah, this was the cover of it, and this was some of the pages in it. I did a transfer here on some canvas, and this is another transfer. I pulled this piece out because I really like this that I did. That was an embroidery flower that I did and everything. So I know I want to use this. I don't know if I want to use this page. And from the cover, I kind of wanted to use this lacing here, so I'm going to have to take it off. So that's why I have this here. And then these are already cut down to, I think, B6 size because they were in that journal. And this is just drawing paper. It's more drawing paper. So I have a couple of those in here. I have some book pages. I have doily, like a big doily. I have some paper here that I printed. So if you've been following me for a while, you know I love AC Digitals, American Crafts Digitals. You can get the collections in digital format and you can print off what you want. So this is a lot of older Maggie Holmes collections. Like this is from her first line. This is from Shine, I think, again from her. This might be from Style Board. And then I have some different ledgers. And then I have a lot of Bloom here as well. Love this ledger. This one's from Confetti. This is from a crepe paper line. Oh Darling. More Style Board, more of that ledger, Confetti. You know, so I have pieces here that I printed off. And this is just... it's cardstock, but it's not that thick of a cardstock that I printed it off on. This is probably I think it's called Nina, or I don't even know. Cardstock, or it's like index card, but it's like a heavy weight, and so it's actually equivalent to the white cardstock from Recollections, the one that you can find at Michael's. So it's basically the same paper. So I don't know why I was looking. I do a lot of searches for cardstocks, and I buy different ones from like Amazon and stuff. And when I bought this one, I realized it's basically the same weight and the same thickness as the Recollections white cardstock from Michael's. So that's what I print off. That's what I printed these guys off on. I do have some cream Recollections paper as well. I didn't print anything off on it yet. But it's basically it's literally the same. It's the same. And then I have some music paper here. I'm hoping I can make a pocket out of this. That's why I have my little template here. Yeah, I can totally, it's big enough to make a pocket. I mean, so is this one, I think. They're big enough to make, well, this one not so much. This one has more of a room to make that pocket. So I think I'm going to make a pocket out of that one. So those are just my papers for now. I'm going to add some more stuff in, of course, but that's how I want to make my base. But I do want my cover to be fabric. So this, I printed off some ledger paper that I downloaded, but it's kind of distorted, and so I want to cover that up. But I think this is going to be my inside of my cover, so this is going to be the outside of my cover. And I have to cut it down to this size. But I pulled out some fabrics here that I wanted to use. This is the size of my cover, right? So I wasn't sure if I wanted to use this one as my cover, or this one or this one. I'm just gonna pull out the papers again to see the colors that I'm using. So like mostly like the pink, the colors, you know, the papers that have colors. That's a pink one. Because I have a lot of like the ledger in here as well. Have some yellow. So yeah, this one might be too in the blue side, so I was thinking maybe this one or this one could work. Because this one's a little too blue. It looks more springtime, so I'm leaning towards one of these. I haven't actually used this one yet. I got this particular fabric here, this green fabric. I got it at Hobby Lobby. And this would look really nice with this. So that's the thing, I want to use that, this piece as well. I should probably see if I can undo this piece here so that I can use it. So I think I'm going to go do that off camera and come back. Okay, so I got that off. So I kind of use this too. This is the same, so I can just use this one again. But yeah, I would love to use this piece here on the cover somehow. This is just a lace that I kind of I sewed it onto a piece of canvas so that I can do some little French knots in pink. And so I would love to use that. So I'm wondering if that looks good on this one, on this fabric, or on this one. And I'm actually leaning towards the flowers because I feel like the pink, you know, it'll bring out the little pink a bit. So I have that. I can move this aside and cut out a piece that'll fit my journal here. So this actually fits because, of course, this is only a B6 Slim, so it's like a ½ an inch shorter than a B6. Do I want to put it, oh, that would be really pretty on the spine. I don't know. But I need to cut a piece of this to that size. I have this piece here, but I don't know if it's... Oh, awesome. It actually is the size that I need it. That is awesome. So just gonna leave a little and I'm gonna cut it at this crease here. And again, I apologize if you hear any like weird city noises. I live in the city and I try my best to edit it out, but you know, sometimes it's really hard. So that's kind of perfect that I was able to cut that off. I might have to go iron this, but since it's gonna be on this, you can see through it because this is a thin cotton linen. You can see like right through it, so that's why I have a canvas here. I was thinking of covering this in some canvas and then putting this over. So it'll make the cover thicker and a little bit sturdier as well. That's what I was thinking of doing. And then so I'm just going to cut this here. And I have my pieces of fabric. Now all I'm going to do is collage them together. And I got to figure out how I want to do this. I know for a fact I should glue the canvas. Well, first I should trim down my paper here to the size that it needs to be. So let me do that so I can actually use that. Because it'll make sense to use that instead of my template. So I don't think, no, okay. The back is just like flowers. It's not, the pattern's not really distinct. So there, now that is what I needed. And then it's going to be like this because that's going to be the cover. So I'm thinking about it now, and I probably should have made this one a little bit wider because it is the cover. But it's fine. I think what I'll do is I'll maybe put some trim or pom-poms or lace or something on the edges there. So yeah, okay, so this, I think I'm just gonna glue this on to the cover. Like literally, I think that's what I'm gonna do, is just glue this piece to the cover and then cut off the excess. So I'm gonna get some glue. So I'm gonna use this tacky glue and see if that works. I'm just gonna let this sit here for a bit so that it can dry, and then I'm gonna trim it off. And what I'm probably going to end up doing is, once I get that one, I'm gonna iron this one, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and sew this onto this. However I want it to sew it. And then I may go ahead and glue this piece to this piece, but I'm definitely gonna sew a border around so that even through the paper, I'm gonna sew the fabric on. So through all these layers, I'm gonna sew a border. But for right now, I'm gonna let that dry a bit, and I'll come back. Okay, so now I'm just gonna cut the excess fabric off. You can see here that it's not, you know, it's not quite glued down. I'm gonna take the glue stick here. I'm not too concerned about this right now because I am eventually gonna sew through everything. So for right now, I just need it just to, you know, be on, stick onto the paper a little bit. So I'm gonna cut all this off. Okay, so I think that's the best that I can do for right now. I did end up cutting my paper back here, so I think this is going to be the back, and this is going to be my front. Again, I'm not too concerned about all this, because what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get some of this lace and kind of put it like that. So yeah, okay. So that is my cover there. So now I'm gonna take this, and I know I want, oh, I have to go and iron this actually before I do anything because I want to get that crease out. And I kind of want to put this, I don't exactly know if I want to put it there or if I want to put it like along the spine here, and then put that there like that, so it'll be, I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't say crooked, but it is kind of crooked. Let's see. Maybe this piece is better. No, they're both kind of crooked. In terms of just how it's cut, it's, you know, kind of crooked. So I think that would look really nice there. But I am gonna have to have something here and here so that it doesn't look so wonky. And this is also crooked because the canvas is not, it's not cut correctly, but I can always cut all that off if I want. See, that just looks better now. Thing is, it covers this beautiful flower, and it covers that flower, so I don't know if I want that there. This would look lovely in the cover, like on the front, but I would love it in that direction. So it just wouldn't work. As I cut this in half and then put this there, or this would have to be, yeah. So I don't know if I want this upside down, you know. So I have this, remember? I'm wondering if I take that out and put it here. Put that there like that. It says a sweet story, so I think that would be cute there. But again, I have this here. Unless I do want to put that like directly on the spine. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to put down this fabric, and I'm not going to iron it because I think I'm going to put the lace over this part here. But I got to figure out how exactly I want to put it down. And I'm wondering if I want to sew the lace on first. So that way I don't sew through this part. Huh. Probably should go ahead and do that first, right? So I'm just going to take a glue stick just so that I can glue some of this stuff down to each other without using any of the heavy glue. And I'm going to put this down first. And I think I want to put this here. So I'm going to move this a little over. And then I'm just going to run this through my sewing machine and kind of sew over here and over here, just to sew this bit down. And I'm wondering, and I want this here. I might want to stitch that as well. So let me just go ahead and glue this back. So I might just stitch around here and then definitely stitch this guy down this way. Then the back is going to look like this. I'm wondering if I want to cut this like right there. Or maybe fold it in and then stitch it. That's probably what I'll do. I'll fold it in and stitch it so it'll just look like that on the back. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. Alright, so I stitched all this stuff up. I accidentally cut my fabric there, oops. But I did stitch it up, so I think now I am just going to go ahead and just glue it down onto this canvas piece. So I gotta figure out where I need to glue it, and I think I'm just going to use this, my glue stick, because I am going to run this through the sewing machine and sew it all together. So it just needs to be on. Right, I think this, yeah, this was what I want the front, the flank, I don't remember, I think. So, just some glue stick. Let's do one side first and then the other. So I'm gonna stitch it like around this. So let me glue the other side. And I think it is positioned a little bit crooked, but it is okay. It is a junk journal after all, right? So it's not supposed to be perfect. So, and if you notice, I cut my fabric there. Oops, it was an accident, really, but you know. Gotta live with it, gotta make it work. And again, it's just one of those mistakes, you know. And I'm gonna sew it so it doesn't, it should be good. I think I'm going to let this dry a little bit before I run it through the sewing machine. And I think I want to run it through the sewing machine first to get the stitch and then cut off the excess. So, but I really would love this to dry just a tad. See if I can glue this down better here so that they sort of overlap a little. So you can't really see that I cut the fabric there. And again, I just gotta let all this dry. So I am gonna let the glue dry a little bit and then sew around the whole thing, and then I'll come back. I am back. I went ahead and stitched this. Now I'm gonna cut off the excess and see how it looks. Hopefully it's all good and even. I mean, it looks even from the back, the stitching, but let's see, let's cut it up. Okay, that looks pretty good. So I'm gonna close it up. It looks like that. This is a little bit crooked, you can see, but it's okay. This kind of comes up. It's very textural. This is the lining on the inside. Gonna have a little bit of air bubbles, and that's only because I didn't really glue it all the way down. I only used a glue stick to do it. So the edges will be like after using it for a while, it's gonna start to fray, but that's fine. I didn't mind when my Season of Kindness journal frayed like that. So this is looking really cute. I was going to put like an edge, and I'll show you. I was gonna take that same lace, and I was going to sew some on like that, because I think if I sew it on the top, it'll be too much, you know. So I was gonna sew it like that, so that it kind of overhangs a little like that, and same on the back. But we'll see. I'm going to create my pages first, and we'll see if I need to do that. You know how when you put a lot of papers in, they kind of stick out in the end, and if I don't want to trim them down, I will go ahead and do that little trick with the lace so that it kind of overhangs. So for right now, I think I'm going to keep this as is, and so this is my cover, and I guess the next part will be me working on creating the pages for my journal.